Hey, Josh, Connor Hellebuck was just on here and he was talking about how, winning the cup is the thing that he has left after winning the Vezina previously. And um, he relishes the underdog role, all those kind of things. How much confidence does that build for this whole team when he talks like that?
It's great. I mean, obviously, Helly's a very confident guy. He's always been a confident guy. From the first day I met him, he's just sort of has that confident presence, which I think is such a great thing to have in your goaltender. And I think it just sort of radiates out through the team. So, love to hear that from him and, love to see that confidence level that he always has.
We'll go back to Ted Wyman for a follow-up. Go ahead, Ted.
And also, Josh, we see Nikolai Ehlers out there today, and obviously he missed quite a lot of games. Just how big of an impact can he have, especially in a series against Edmonton that's also such a fast team?
Yeah, it was great to see him back out there. I mean, obviously he had just an amazing season this year for us. I feel like he's just continuing to get better and better. And he's a guy that we count on. We count on every night. So it's great to see him back out there skating with us, and hopefully he can be back soon because I think he can have a big impact in this series, but in any series. And when we get him back, we'll be certainly excited to have him.
We'll go next to Ken Weave from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Thanks, Gregor. For Dylan, please, what's the biggest thing you've learned being around Connor Hellebuck since you joined the Jets?
Yeah, the biggest thing I've learned is that he stays very even keel no matter what. When he's playing great, he stays the same way as if, he maybe lets in a few soft ones and gets pulled. He has, like Josh said, he's got that confidence, that kind of trickles down through our whole team. And playing in front of him is a lot of fun. He's there, to have your back. And, LB as well, obviously, both of our goalies we feel very comfortable with. But, with Helly, he's, obviously I knew how good he was, but playing in front of him, just to realize how good he really is. Top goalie in this league and in the world, and we're very lucky to have him.
We'll go back to Ken Weed for a follow-up. Go ahead, Ken.
For Josh, please. Josh, we know you enjoy and cherish the role of going up against the league's best. Could you just describe what it's going to be like to go up against Connor and Leon in a playoff environment?
Yeah, I think obviously they're two amazing players, and they had just phenomenal seasons, and I think it's something that they're a huge part of the Edmonton Oilers, and we're excited to have the opportunity to go in and try to play our best. I think we're going to need to bring our best game. We're focused on, as a group, as a team, trying to bring our best game. I think we made a lot of strides as a 5-man unit, and including the goaltender in our defensive game in the last few weeks, and so we're going to have to be on our best, at our best, in order to, play well against this team that is very dangerous off the rush. And I'm excited individually to get back to playoff hockey here, and it's the best time of the year.
We'll go next to Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Gregor. Thanks, gentlemen. This one's for Dylan. Dylan, you've spent this season with a number of different partners and in different roles, but lately here you've been paired with Josh. What do you like about the two of you together? And if that's how it looks in game one, what do you think the strengths of that pairing are?
Yeah, I think, our strengths for sure, I think, is our ability to move the puck quick and efficient. I think we do a good job of breaking the puck out and moving the puck through the neutral zone for our forwards. And I think we've done a really good job since we've been back together here later half of the year, doing a really good job of activating the O zone and keeping pucks alive, but also getting some good looks and, walking the blue line and making good plays in that regard. So, it's always fun playing with Josh, and he elevates my game, and I feel real comfortable with him, and easy guy to read off, an amazing player, and in every way he can kind of do everything, and he does everything for our team. He's our leader on the back end. So I feel like he elevates my game, and it's fun playing with him whenever we get the chance, and I feel like our game right now individually and collectively is in a real good spot. So if we stay together, I think we're both looking forward to the challenge ahead.
Go next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Thanks, Gregor. Good morning, guys. I'll start. First one's for Josh. When you guys know that you're getting really great reloads from all of your teammates, how does that change how you can play defense and maybe offense aggressively?
Yeah, I think that's really a huge part of our game. I think you hit the nail on the head defensively and offensively. I mean, you can kind of throw in as many sort of quotes, as you want to, but I think good defense leads to offense. And when we have that reload, obviously it prevents odd man rushes. Oftentimes it prevents teams from, getting controlled entries into our zone and either forces a dump or we can create a turnover before, the other team can get into our end. But then to your point, I think it also really sparks our offensive game where, the forwards always want the D-man to be able to have a tight gap. And of course the D, want to have a tight gap, but need a good reload. So when, all that stuff started going in the right direction, you can knock pucks down, you can create turnovers. And with how much speed we have with our forwards and talent, that's when I think we start to see some more rush goals for and sustained ozone time and even some maybe odd man rushes for those quick little 2-on-1s or plays like that. So I think it's a huge part of our game. It certainly is something that us defensemen love to see, and I think it's we've been doing a really good job with that in the last number of games, and it's going to be key for us if we want to have success here in the playoffs.
I'll go back to Murat Atesh for a follow-up. Go ahead, Murat.
This one's for Dylan, and I apologize because that might be a tough answer to follow. I wonder though if you might have your own perspective or a different perspective, given I guess you've played on a few different pairs as well, so you've seen a few different looks.
Yeah, no, I think, obviously don't want to be too repetitive, but it all goes hand in hand, and it's working as a 5-man unit. So, you need that fill from the forward in order to be aggressive. And I think as a team, we've been better when we've been aggressive all over the ice. But, we need to have that safety valve in case a puck gets by you, you need to have a guy there. It has to be strategic. It can't just be reckless and running around. So, you got to pick your spots. And I think we've done a good job of that. It's going to be really important this series to pick our spots when the right time to pinch. Connor and Leon, they get a lot of speed generated through that middle of the ice, and a lot of it is from their own D zone gaining speed. So, our pinches have to be bang on, and our fills need to be really good. And, we got to take away time and space. So we have to keep that aggressiveness, but we need to be smart with it.
Next to Kelly Moore from 680 CGOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hey, this first one is for Josh. Just taking a look at how this series maps out with 4 games in the first 6 days, how important, Josh, will it be to try to play, I guess, as many smart minutes as you can and I guess not get too extended? Or are you prepared for playing those amount of games in that short of time and playing 25, 26 minutes?
Yeah, I think, in playoff hockey, there really isn't any time to sort of wait or to try to conserve. Certainly, if there happens to be a lopsided game, that might be a time that you would see that. But generally speaking, the majority of the time, in my experience in the playoffs, it is if you have the fortune, I guess, of making it all the way. Obviously, it's a long grind, but series happen fast. Momentum changes fast in series, and so it's important, I think, to sort of play each game. It sounds stupid, but you have to play every game like it's sort of do or die, and you have to keep that mentality. And if you have a chance to win, really go after it. Certainly, because things can change in a hurry, and like I said, it's sort of 7 games seems like a long time, but it goes by in a hurry, in my experience. So I think we're fortunate to get some nice rest here going into the series, and we've had a decent sort of stretch at home, obviously ending the season as well. So should be rested, but the playoffs is a sprint, and we'll have to be ready we'll all have to individually be ready for that.
I'll go back to Kelly Moore for a follow-up. Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, and the second one for Dylan, it was only one game, but the opening game of the playoffs last night, Dylan, 4 of the 5 goals were scored on net presence or tip goals. And so will boxing out become even more of a focus now that you're at this point in the schedule than maybe it was in the regular season?
Absolutely. A lot of the goals in the playoffs are kind of dirty ones, off a guy or, second chance opportunities. So, not just winning the net front battle in front of our net, but winning it in their end as well. Getting screens, getting traffic on, on Smith. It's going to be crucial. It's cliche, but if a goalie can't see it, he's going to have a tough time stopping it. So it's those are going to be the dirty areas where, you're going to win, make or break a series, really. So, it's going to be on everybody to, box out or try to get in front of that, in front of the goalie.
And final question to Jim Matheson from the Edmonton Journal. Go ahead, Jim.
This is for Josh. A couple of things. Mike Smith handles the puck probably better than any goalie in the league. And why you want to get the puck in the Oilers' end, how difficult is that to just dump it where you normally against the goalie, you dump it in and forecheck hard? How difficult is it against Mike Smith?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously very skilled at playing the puck. He's got a great ability to, knock pucks down. Even sometimes when, most goalies will stay in the net when it's in the glass, or if you can, get a slap shot on it or something like that. Really, most goalies, have a hard time handling that. But, played against him enough now over the years, he can knock that stuff down. So obviously it's important to have good dumps and, I think try to pressure his outs, because, he can make some pretty great plays back there. And like I said, really try to make smart dumps and keep it away from him, because, he's very talented at that and can kind of break them out in a hurry.